Monday, everyone. I hope you're having a good Monday. It's sunny here in Kimberley. I'm coming at you from my studio gallery. And today I wanted to talk to you about developing your own painting style. I've had a lot of my students who didn't want to take on the style of their mentor or who they're learning from. And I wanted to just address that today because every one of us that learn to paint, we learn to paint from a variety of mentors. And we then become a combination of all of those painters that inspire us. All the paintings that we've seen that have impacted us, that have become important to us, that have had a visual stimulus to us, they all wind up impacting our future works. There is a quote from Gordon Smith, and I'm going to paraphrase it here today. And he talked about how, as artists, we are standing on the shoulders of all the painters that came before us. So that is quite a history of art that's previous to our working today. And those are the painters and artists and people that have inspired us to be who we are. And we are a combination of all of those people. So every bit of art you've seen, every painting you've seen, every color you've been inspired by, that will have an impact on your own personal style. There is no doubt that I was inspired and I paint the way my mentors painted. I had 3 phenomenal painters. 2 of them were landscape artists, and I definitely think that you can see their influence in my work. But my other mentor was an abstract painter from Tasmania, and my work does not look like his in any way, but his sense of color has definitely impacted me. And I have gone on to see other original art in art galleries and have been very inspired by a variety of painters. Some are abstract, some are landscape. I was fortunate enough to see Caravaggio paintings in Rome, and they brought me to tears. I in no way paint like Caravaggio today, but they influenced me, and that has become part of my own personal style. And so no matter what type of painter you are or what ideals you have, you don't have to think about your own personal style. It will just come naturally. You have to let it unfold and allow yourself to be influenced by other artists and other art that's around you. It's very important to take that inside of you. My one mentor, Keith, had only 2 students, and I was lucky to be one of them. And his other student was a fellow named Cameron Bird, and I highly recommend you look up his paintings because he's a very good painter. And years ago, I could see Cameron's trees, and they very much looked like Keith's. And I was very excited to see that because Cameron was very influenced by Keith, and I thought it was the best thing ever. It really was an amazing thing to see the connection between them. And I'm hoping that I have that connection with Keith's paintings as well. So, don't be scared to be influenced by others. It is going to only improve your style. That is how one arrives at their own personal style, by taking in as much as you can from other greats. The other thing that is really important to keep in mind is that because we all study different things and are impacted by different works of art in different ways, like I said, Caravaggio really did it for me when I was in Rome. I've been influenced by the Group of 7. Emily Carr is a hero of mine. All these things are important to me, but they're not necessarily going to be important to the next artist or the next painter beside me. So each of us will have our own individual style, and we do not even have to work at it. We just have to continually add art into our lives. I think my students will probably be influenced by me, and how I teach is how I paint. So if you are studying with me, you will obviously kind of paint in the direction that I paint and have the same values that I have. And I am hoping that my students will then go on and take on influences by other painters and by other books and by other art galleries and by other things that inspire them. Obviously, I am teaching them how to paint in a specific manner, and they will extend that. If they're a good painter, they will go on and do their own thing. I know I watched a documentary once on Van Gogh, who obviously inspires a lot of painters. And in the documentary, they showed some of his paintbrushes, which were round brushes. I always paint with a flat brush. So I immediately went out and bought a bunch of round brushes. And of course, because I learned how to paint on a flat brush, I continuously go to my flat brushes and I hardly ever use my round ones. So that is my style. And sometimes you have to just not buck the process. Don't second guess yourself. Don't think that you have to paint in a certain way, or a certain way is wrong or right, or this is what you need to do or not do. Just keep it trying new things. Keep buying those different brushes and see if it works for you. Maybe it will. That is how you're going to find your process. What else do I want to just tell you to keep painting. That is the most important way to develop your style, is to keep on working every day as much as possible. Study as much art as you can. And I'm just in the process of writing some blog posts, and I will be releasing my new website and my blog in the coming weeks. And I'm excited to share with you stories about my mentors. And in one of the stories about Keith Smith, I was talking about the experience of being in his studio by myself with some of his very last paintings. And this was after he passed away. It was a profound experience, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'm going to leave that idea with you so that you can come back and read about it in the blog. But it changed completely my perception on how I viewed art, and how it comes around to how I develop my own style, how we all do. We are all individuals. We are in our own paintings. We put a great amount of ourselves into that canvas. So don't overthink it. Just trust the process and just roll with it. Have fun. Don't forget to have fun. Just keep painting every day. That's the important thing. And I do hope you will look forward to reading my blog posts when I do post them shortly. My launch will be taking place. I'll be sending out some posts about my launch date, my new website. And then I will also be putting a post out about the date of my next art lecture. So do keep in mind that. And I really hope you are all painting up a storm. Please do send me a note on what you would like me to discuss in one of my weekly art tips. I'm open to any of your suggestions. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. I'm interested in your feedback on your thoughts of how you develop your style. Do you overthink it? Are you worried that you're going to be influenced by too many others? Give me your feedback. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm really excited to read. I hope you're all having a fabulous week, and I will look forward to seeing you next Monday. Keep painting, everyone, and stay in touch. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time every Monday. Okay, have a good one. Bye for now.